Hey there you guys, welcome back. I thought it'd be fun today to do a grow space tour. It's been a little while since I've done this, probably, I don't know. We did a little bit of a walkthrough in another video, but yeah, it's almost finished. Well, is anything ever finished when it comes to renovations? Especially in a grow room, because things change so frequently. I've just started bringing in some of the plants from outside. It hasn't been getting crazy. It's been cold, but it hasn't been getting too cold that I have to like really run to bring things in. I think the lowest it got was about 5 Celsius, so what's that? I don't know, mid-30s or maybe high 30s in Fahrenheit. I'm not sure. I'm not I don't know the conversion. Yeah, some of the things are still outside, but you'll see it's starting to get a little bit full here on the floor where I keep all my big stuff. But I wanted to share with you what's going on, what I decided to do, and it's really warm in here. I'm trying to keep the humidity at about 65%, maybe 70%, just for some of the tropicals. They really like the humidity, and it's warm in here just because of the lights. There's a lot of lights. So yeah, let's pick up the camera and do a little bit of a walkthrough. Hopefully you enjoy. Let me know what you're doing for grow space this winter. Oh my gosh, it's such a big to-do. Anyway, let's get to it. Okay, so let's just do a quick pan around before we start into the little tour. I've got grow tents. I've got this larger one. This one's a 2x4. And then this one is the 2x2 over here. We've got racking with all kinds of junk I need to go through and clean up. Then I've got an aquarium here. I've got some begonias in the aquarium because I have a hard time growing begonias in the house. They crisp up like crazy, so I thought I would kind of contain a little bit of humidity. But this room is quite humid in itself, so I'm sure without the aquarium they'd be fine. We got all kinds of elephant ears going on here on the floor. I still have more to bring in, and I still might have my big end-set red banana to come in as well. But I haven't decided whether I'm going to store that dormant or whether I'm going to bring it in. It'll depend on how much space we have. I've got a little bit of floor space left, but not very much. I still have to go through. I brought stuff in a hurry, and I need to put trays under everything. I usually use the boot trays, and with these big pots I can usually fit 2 plants on a big boot tray, and yeah, it's so much more cost effective than buying the saucers, because once you get into the bigger size saucers you're looking at a lot of money for a saucer. So then this is where most of the videos will happen. I will store my plants on here. We'll do repotting over here. And it's a light table so I can move it wherever it needs to be in the grow room in order to set the camera up. And then here is, I love this space. This is where all of my fun stuff that I'm growing that I really want to pay attention to is going to be. So I've got all my philodendrons here, the little maranta, lemon lime. This philodendron 10U is putting out a new leaf. How cute is that? The, what is this? Burrow marks variegated. Many of you are asking about this one. This is a bird's nest anthurium. I believe it's Anthurium ploumanii. I got that over the summer, and it's really, really fun. This is the newest leaf, and when it came out I must have banged it or something because it's got holes in it, and they started off with holes. So who knows what happened. So this is nice. I've got up top, I've got, this is a Spider Farmer, something 1000. I can't remember the exact name, but it's over this section. And I've got my my Mars Hydro TS600 over this section. If I get any more, I'll line them up here. I've got this section over here is quite dark. So I might try to get a grow light for that section and kind of bring them over. But we'll see how it all goes. The only thing that we didn't finish in this space is the ceiling. The ceiling will stay exposed because you're constantly moving lights around. So it's a lot easier to move things around when everything's exposed. Also, back over here we've got another aquarium. This one has nothing in it just yet. But I'm probably going to put some of my my shingling plants in here. This is the Monstera dubia, and I've also got the Cryptantha, Rhaphidophora cryptantha, right here, and I have the Rhaphidophora Hoya in the grow tent. So let's go over to the grow tents. We've got a yellow leaf here as well. No, nothing wrong here. I just basically decimated the root system, so it doesn't have anything bringing up nutrients. The root system will develop, but it will lose some leaves in the meantime, and that's okay. I'm okay with that. I need to come down and wipe down the leaves. I didn't spray them before they came in. Well, I misted them with the hose before they came in to really wash anything off, but I didn't wipe them down with any insecticidal soap or anything. So I'm going to go and do that. I'm also going to, like I did last fall, I bought the grub grenade from Amazon, which is a predatory mite that eats anything in the soil. So any pests in the soil. So it really does a number on fungus gnats, any mealy bugs that are living in the soil, anything that's living in the soil, it really attacks. So that's fantastic. I'm gonna for sure get some of those. So let's go over to grow tent number 1. So in grow tent number 1, we have the Mars Hydro TS1000 light. This one used to be dimmed because I had the philodendrons in here. I still have some, but I don't have very many in here now. It is now a Hoya place, and they're doing amazing. I'll do a video just on Hoyas. Right now the humidity is 52%. But it's almost 36 degrees Celsius in here, so it's really, really warm. The light is no longer dimmed, it is at full power, and as you can see, we're getting the nice light stress on this Hoya sunrise, looking beautiful. And over here, my Hoya carrii that did nothing for years, it now has some peduncles, and it's gonna bloom soon, so I'm very excited about that. Really excited to show you the Hoya update. And in here we also have the that's the Rhaphidophora Hoya. It's a shingling plant, and then down below we've got a couple of other things. I'm not going to go into detail about each plant as I'm trying to open this a little further. We've got an ant plant, and then we've got more Hoyas, Philodendron bilietiae. There's a Anthurium veitchii right back here where my finger is pointing to the leaf. Got a new leaf on that. So yeah. Yeah, so everything's growing really, really well. It's amazing, these cuttings in this light. This is the Hoya multiflora, and it already has some buds being produced. It's a shooting star Hoya. I haven't really looked into much detail into all of these, but there's all growth on all of them. But I'm wondering if there's more peduncles or panicles or whatever you want to call them, bloom spurs. We'll check it out a little bit later in the Hoya video. And then we've got an orchid over here. I'm not sure what this one's called. I've lost the tag. The flowers look like a phalaenopsis, but the leaves grow more like a vanda. So yeah. Anyway. Let's go to the next tent. Okay, so this is the bigger tent. This is going to have some of the bigger plants in it, and it's an exciting tent because there's a few things in bloom. Sorry for the camera work. I'm still new to this. So we've got Hoyas in here. Oh god, it smells bad. It smells bad. I taste it. I feel like I'm going to be sick. So in this, I'm just going to put my shirt over my nose. In this grow tent, we have a bunch of stapelias that are in bloom. Let me bring this out so that the light shows better. Is it going to show you? It's not even going to focus. Why aren't you focusing? Oh well. I'll insert a photo if I can of that guy. This one is, what is this one? Orbia variegata, I believe. And then down below we have the Stapelia gigantea that I had no idea was in bud, but it's blooming. So wow, this is really, really strong in here. It's not very pleasant. We've got a bunch of orchids in here. I'm trying to have the orchids get a little bit more humidity on the roots, the aerial roots. So that's why they're in here rather than out in the room. Again, another orchid here. This is the Alicera Hoya. And down below, we've got this beautiful BLC. It's looking amazing. And yeah, this is the Hoya, I can't even think of my words. Ficus Audrey. It's doing really, really well. Actually, it's got a brand new leaf in the last couple of days. It's doing so well in here. This is the newest leaf, and the last time I looked in this tent, this is what we had. Now after a couple of days, we have a brand new leaf developing, which is fantastic. We've got some yellowing on this philodendron, this alocasia, but again, I ripped up the root system, so I'm gonna have some yellowing leaves. I'm gonna come in and I'm gonna cut these off, and it will come into its own soon when it develops its new root system. Over here we have the variegated whale fin, and yeah, things are looking pretty good in here. It's really warm. I need to close this tent. Oh, and in this tent, this is the SP150 Mars Hydro Grow Light, working phenomenally well. I thought usually with these shelving units, I have to use 3 different lights, 1 on each shelf. But right now, with this grow light and the grow tent combination, it's doing amazing. And so far, I only need to have the 1 light for the whole thing. We'll see how the season develops. But I'm not putting my plants really close together, so the light is able to filter down through. So lower light things go on the bottom, medium light things go in the middle, high light things go on the top. Easy as that. Let's close this up. I need to breathe. Okay, so here is the begonia tank with a variety of Rex begonias. I apologize for this light. Maybe if I turn this light off. It's very, very dark, but it's a better color. The leaves are still looking really, really good. This particular begonia was looking really sad outside. Bill, get back in frame. Was looking really sad outside, but since coming in, it's developing some nice new leaves again. I think that there was a little critter that was going around and ripping things apart. So it could have been the wind, but look at how gorgeous that leaf is. Oh, I have to keep it. Oh, so nice. And all of these are so pretty. Begonias are really, really nice. I like to grow them outside in the summertime, but like I said, they crisp up for me in the wintertime. So we're going to try something new. Let's try the fish tank. And then we got this Pegasus. This is a cane variety of begonia. It's not a maculata, I don't believe, but it still gets really, really tall. I think it gets to be about 1 meter tall, but its leaves are a little bit beat up. Here's a nice leaf here. It's a nice big size leaf. As you can see, here's my hand. It's bigger than my hand, and yeah, I can't wait for that to grow to be 3 feet tall. Here is a shelf with a lot of my succulent-y sort of things. I need to get in here and water this particular, what is this, Callus? I don't know. It's in the Tradescantia group. It looks like it really needs a drink. The leaves are folding up a little bit. So I'll come and do that after I film this. And yeah, as you can see, we've got some Philodendron Hope here. I've got the Xerocyclius dangii right here. Something that was super exciting, which I didn't show in the Orchid Buds and Blooms video because I didn't know that this existed. I have a spike developing on this Vanda. There's the spike developing on this Vanda. Breaking news. I think there's only one, but I didn't expect there to be anything. It didn't do very well over the summertime, so I expected it to just merely survive. I need to give it a drink. As you can see, the roots are all silver. I will do that a little bit later. And on the next shelf down, we've got a bunch of things. We've got, I don't know, the mystery plant, whether it's a Rhaphidophora or a Epipremnum pinnatum, I'm not sure. And the Philodendron Imperial Red. We've got some Sansevierias back here. We've got the bird's nest, and then we have the dragon something. I'm not a dragon wing. That's the one. And then we've got Peperomia, Monstera Adansonii, and another Peperomia, and what is this? A Maxillaria orchid. I'm getting leaves in the frame. And then down on this shelf, I have some of my my carnivorous plants. This is the ventricosa, and then my mix from Brad over there with the Nepenthes. It's a variety of Nepenthes. Anyway, I can't think of all their names. And then we've got what is that? A blue star fern that's growing in there, and what was this? The flame, something flame. One of you was great enough to send me the name of this Sansevieria, something flame. Anyway, yellow torch, golden torch, yellow flame. I'm not sure. Anyway, I'll try to find the name and I'll put it down below just so that you have it. And here is the Nepenthes Miranda. Since we repotted this, it's doing so much nicer. The leaves are looking better. And the pictures are looking nice again. And here is the Brassia with its spikes happening. I would like to keep this in the grow tent, but the spikes are too high, and they will tangle up with the racking. So until it's finished blooming, it will stay out here, and it's humid enough. I'm sweating right now. Then here is an in transition area. With a bunch of things that are not doing so well. Looks like that. It looks like a Haworthia. It looks like a Haworthia cooperi. I'm not 100% sure. It's not labeled, but it's got a bloom spike started, which is super exciting. Sorry for the shoddy camera work. And we've got this. What is this called? Echimines erecta, I think it's called. It's got a nice little flower starting. The only problem with using these blurple or whatever grow lights, the ones that are pink or purple or more red, this one's more red, it really distorts the color of your plants. So it really takes away from the enjoyment. Here on the floor, we've got the Alocasia zebrina. We've got a plumeria in the middle. We've got some desert rose. We've got the Amorphophallus Titan. We've got the bulbifer. Most of it has died back. This is the Pianifolius that's just starting to come into leaf. It didn't do anything all season long, and now that it's supposed to come inside, it started to grow. What a jerk. So, and this is the other Pianifolius right here. It started to grow as well. Not the main one, but one of the offsets. This is the Bougainvillea. We got the agave, the spineless agave, and the mangave. And yeah, let's go over here and check out this shelf. This one's not doing very much. This was supposed to be a little propagation area. And this was supposed to be palm tree seeds that were in here and some banana seeds. But the palm tree and the banana seeds didn't grow. But I took some cuttings of a mican, a philodendron mican, and some string of hearts and put them in here, and it looks like we've got all kinds of that fern growing as well, that blue star fern. It's everywhere. Oh my god. So that's that. It's on a heating mat, and it's got a humidity dome, so it's really humid in there. Oh, it looks like I need to water my my lemon tree. It's so dry that the leaves have curled up. I'll water that, and then it'll come back, hopefully. So I didn't expect that. In another video, we'll go through my regimen on what I've been doing to try to keep these things alive, because there's a lot of them. So that'll be interesting. So this is a Stapelia gigantea as well. This is my very first one. I need to repot this. This has been in this container for a few years, and it needs to be loved. It needs to be taken care of and taken out the old dead bits and rejuvenate it. And then here are the pots of lithops and whatever this one was, Lampranthus. The Lampranthus is looking really, really good. I do have some lithops that probably won't show up in here, but they're starting to get a little bit bigger. They're all over the place. Yeah, it doesn't look so great, but it's going. And then in here, this is more of my Gesneriad shelf, which is super exciting. I got rid of some of my dead ones finally, but some of them are in propagation. Some of them I just repotted a bunch, so they're in transition right now. They're starting to put out leaves. Some of them, this one here looks really, really sad. We'll see what happens. And then I've got another Stapelia group here. It's I don't know what this one is. I bought it because the leaves were cool, and I do that all the time. I have no idea what the flower looks like, so I'm really eager to see that one come into bud. It hasn't produced buds yet, but maybe with it being so darn warm in here, it will. And then back behind here, this might be dead, but it is. I forget how to say it. It's a fuzzy Gesneriad, and it's a caudex former. And then we've got the I think it's a Prince of Orange philodendron on the bottom shelf. Oh, and I've got a little propagator with donkey tail over there, sedum. I haven't touched that in years, and I just give it a drink every so often, and they just continue to grow. You can see them in there. I need to give it some water. It's been months. And then back over here, this is the peperomia self-watering pot that we did a while ago. It's got to go back in the window. I just haven't put it there yet. And then over here, oh, underneath I got all kinds of storage now. So I'm keeping all my soil and chemicals and whatever else, fertilizers, whatever else I have underneath. I'm trying to do the same thing over here with pots and whatnot. I still need to organize. It's been a whirlwind. And then here is my sink, which I hook up to a hose, and that's how I water a lot of things. But just coming over here to wash pots and whatnot. There's things everywhere because we're still renovating the rest of the basement. The grow room was the first thing to get finished. So that was the grow room. It's really warm in here. As you can probably see, I'm starting to look glazed. Yeah, hopefully you enjoyed the tour. I know that I'm going to enjoy myself down here a lot more than in the previous years. Just having a wall, I can take photos of things against the wall rather than trying to find a spot, and it's always so full in here. Oh, it's always so full. So I'm gonna try my best to make it an enjoyable space. I wanted to get a comfy like lounge chair to go in here so that I could just sit down here and enjoy my plants with a drink and whatever, but I opted to not do that. I wanted it to be more functional right now, and the space will change as time goes on. And yeah, I'm super happy with how it's turning out. The next video will be the room will be much more full. The other ones that I have to bring in are big, so there's already some big ones in here. So about the size of the biggest one for sure. Anyway, hopefully you enjoyed this tour, and I'd love to see what your grow spaces look like. Tag me in your YouTube videos if you have a YouTube channel. Also, if you're on Facebook, the Plants and Things What's Growing page, I'd love to see your photos of your grow spaces. And also Instagram. Tag me in those photos in Instagram. I'd love to see them. Anyway, until next time, you guys, happy growing.